Hey everybody, SPAZ here. It's time for another episode of Tales of the Albums on the Wall, where I tell you why I have these albums framed on my wall and why they mean so much to me. This episode, we're going to focus on more of the Monkees. This is the Monkees' second album. Came out in 1967. Strange thing about this record that I didn't find out 2 years later is this was actually not really approved by the Monkees at all when it first came out. It was sort of rush released by the label and Don Kirshner, and they had taken tracks that the band had been recording, and tracks maybe from the first album sessions and from sessions they did for future TV episodes, and they threw together this album, which in my opinion was actually better than the first album. Is this my favorite Monkees album? I think it's probably a tie. The first 5 albums, I think, are my favorite Monkees albums. But this one tends to hold a lot of memories for me. Funny thing about this cover is they are featured there sporting a clothesline for J.C. Penney. This picture was actually taken for a layout, I think, in like the J.C. Penney catalog. So they probably weren't happy with that either. You know what? If I was a teenager back during the Monkees days, I'd beg my parents for those clothes for my birthday or Christmas, especially Mike's belt buckle there. Anyway, my brother and I, when the Monkees first premiered, I was 3 years old, my brother was 4. My parents had told us for years that out of the entire week, there was only 30 minutes that they knew that we would be quiet, we would sit still, and we would stay out of trouble. And that was when the Monkees was on TV. That's right, when it first premiered on NBC, we would be placed down in front of the TV set, and for 30 minutes we would watch Mickey, Davy, Peter, and Woolhat. For some reason, I knew him as Woolhat back maybe till I was 5, 6, or 7, and then that's when I realized his name was Mike. Look, I was a kid. We even had the little Monkees four-headed puppet, where each member's head was on the fingers. I remember having that when we were kids. Anyway, this tends to be my personal favorite. A lot of memories attached to this. A lot of memories just staring at the cover, staring at the back cover while the album played in my headphones or maybe played out of the speakers when my brother and I would listen to it together. This has like She, I'm a Believer, Sometime in the Morning, Look Out, Here Comes Tomorrow, Mary, Mary, I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, Laugh. And, of course, it also has Your Antique Griselda, which, anyway, I do love the Monkees. The Monkees played such a huge part in my life. Even through the punk years, when I'd be making mixtapes for people, I'd throw a Monkee song in there. I wouldn't throw I'm Not Your Stepping Stone. I'd throw something maybe, like something like The Kind of Girl I Could Love, or, something that was less typical, something that was different. I always absolutely loved the Monkees. We used to have the albums. We used to have the little flip books that you'd get from the Ice Cream Man. We watched it when it originally aired on NBC. We watched it when it switched to Saturday mornings on CBS. But anyway, this was such a fantastic record. Like the first album, there's various producers, but it holds together really well. If you don't have this one, definitely check it out. It's more than earned its place as one of my favorite albums. That's why it's up on the wall. Lots of memories. Remember, as I say before, when I look at these albums, it's like looking into a photo book, looking into my past, and this is definitely a very important one that has stuck with me for more than 50 years. Anyway, that's it. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, do everything. And then at the end of all this, just a big group hug. Okay? Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Tales of the Albums on the Wall. My name is SPAZ. Smell you later.
Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace.